be fine.
The monsters are living under your bed, 'cause they are the voices in your head. Zombified by the lies they said, we become the walking dead. 'Cause everybody's on an edge. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you. And they won't stop till everybody's zombified. They're bumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. We're dead inside. It goes on and on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. And they won't stop till you're zombified. You better shut your mouth and bite your tongue, 'cause you don't wanna piss off anyone. We're traumatized by the damage done. Welcome to America. 'Cause everybody's on an edge. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you. And they won't stop till everybody's zombified. They're bumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. We're dead inside. It goes on and on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. And they won't stop till you're
Don't be fine.
They're feeding off your broken mind. They won't die, they multiply. We become so fucking blind. They won't stop till you're zombified. Pick it up. Now everybody's zombified. They're pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. They're dead inside. It goes on and on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. And they won't stop till you're. They won't stop till I'm. They won't stop till we're all zombified.
Don't be fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcasts, the live stream edition here on the KPOD network. And thank you very much. Podcast, your home for rational crypto news and objectivity. Leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Today, joining me as always, greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the mighty Madam Bell. How are you doing tonight, hon?
You know, it's been another busy day of multitasking.
Well, that's kind of your gig.
I know,
Do you have the crypto charts up? Because I got 4 monitors over here showing me a whole bunch of different stuff. Were you watching the mighty Bitcoin, the store of wealth, the savior of us all? Have you been watching it?
I don't have to watch it. CoinGecko on my phone keeps notifying me about what it's
Yeah,
doing.
boy, and that thing is just blowing up today. There's a lot of speculation, and that's all it is. We don't know. I know every goddamn. You don't. I don't. I'm saying it's the 10-year Treasury bond. That's it, man. That number is so far up, and you invited TradFi in here with the Bitcoin ETF, so it's gonna do what TradFi does, man. Welcome to it. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus on to use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo, it's no longer acceptable. Time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto and welcome to the podcast. Thank you. So I was covering some AI stuff this morning, and this T-shirt is wrinkled, man. I am so sorry about that, guys. I pulled it top next one, next man up kind of thing, and I don't understand how women do it because I could literally iron this, fold it perfectly. I mean, just like it's ready to be sold in the store. And I put it up in my wardrobe. That's where I keep all my clothes. And I'll pull it out and it looks like this. I mean, every single goddamn time. I don't know what kind of voodoo magic that women seem to possess that men simply don't. I'm not speaking for all men. I'm speaking for me specifically. I'm going to put it back up there. I'm going to pull it out next time I wear it. It's going to look like this. So that is great. And considering...
That's what you get for natural fibers. They do that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I you know what?
Your T-shirt is made out of cotton.
Cloth. You're right. That's I identify things are either cloth or they are not cloth. That's it. That's my entire very binary. I'm very binary on an awful lot of things, particularly in crypto, but I'm binary on clothing too. It is either cloth or it is not cloth. But as far as really getting into it, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. You know what? It's a wrinkled shirt. I'm sorry about that, guys. I will try to do I'll make sure that I'm well ironed and pressed and groomed before we move over to studio, because then I got nowhere to hide. Right, I'm wearing fatigues. And I'm barefoot right now. But we're not going to be able to do that going into studio, man. I got to be dressed head to toe. Got to look good every single time. And I make a lot of videos and a lot of live streams. This is going to get exhausting. I really hope I can. I really hope that I can keep it going with the same kind of passion that we've had on this show for a long, long time. It's very easy to do it from here. It's very easy to do it as a talking head, man. I turn on my board, I turn on my camera, I bring up Streamlabs, and I make videos. It's very, very easy to do it from here. But studio's different, man. All right, because look, you are out there. Your hand positions matter. How are you standing? What are you doing? How are you presenting to the camera? Where's the frame? You got to pay attention to all of that stuff. And I just hope that I'll be able to do it with the same amount of passion that I've been doing it over here on this side. I got a hunch that's going to get exhausting, though, Bell. Really, really tiring. But you know, the good news is that we won't be behind a green screen anymore. So I can wear green. So when St. Patty's Day comes around, I can go over to Mr. B's. I can get a brand new leprechaun suit and I can wear it on the stream. So you know what? Give a round of applause for no longer masking things behind a green screen. So yeah, that's all of these are positive. But let me get back to it. I've been covering AI and picking up on this stuff a little bit more. Not so much the AI agents, even though that is the hot button issue right now. Anything that has .ai or agents on it is just up. I mean, these things are absolutely blowing out. But I was putting my own rational perspective on all of this. Now, while I appreciate what we're doing out here in DeFi, and I think this is a place where AI should live, because as soon as you start having AIs talking to other AIs in these big centralized environments, these things are they're gonna replace us. They're gonna replace you, me. They're gonna replace content creators, talking heads that make videos. They're going to replace all of this stuff with AI, man. I was playing around over on another site. I think it was Flicky or something like that. And I made a promo video in like 25 seconds. I never touched it. It had nothing to do with me. I went to GPT. I said, write me out a script for this. I took that script. I plugged it in over on Flicky. And I said, make me a video and kind of do this with it. And it made me a video kind of doing this with it. It was perfect. It was better than anything that I've ever done. It looked professionally edited. There were no breaks. You didn't hear nobody breathing because I was using a robot AI voice, but it was perfect. And it was nothing that I could ever do by myself. I don't do video editing. That's a very, very specialized thing. I don't have that skill set. I'm not going to learn it. So all of us, the Talking Heads people, man, we're going to be left completely behind on this, and AI is absolutely going to replace it. But not so much the AI agents. Now, I understand what they're doing with the AI agents, and it's kind of like that My Virtual Twin thing, Bill. You remember that? Remember how long we held on to Fetch? I made a fortune in Fetch, by the way, and they never released anything. It's not Fetch anymore. It's ASI, but at the time that I was in it, and Bell and I were very, very excited about this because we both have a lot of administrative tasks that we need to take care of. And we've been talking the entire time, wouldn't that be cool if when the virtual twin comes out, and then we could just do that. So they were AI agents before there was such a thing as AI agents. Fetch was way, way ahead of the curve on this. The problem is that they didn't deliver it. I'm out, guys. I'm 100% out of Fetch, ASI, all of it. I am out. They suddenly became the dumping ground for all of these beat up projects. Like what was I don't even remember. The other one, the cash competitor, Kudos. They're just absorbing all of these dead projects. It's diluting what they have out there. It's clear that they cannot deliver on what they said they were going to deliver on, because if they could have, they would have. But they've given up first mover advantage. All of that's gone, and the building blocks of everything that's going out here on AI, particularly around the agents, is just getting smarter and smarter and smarter as they go. And Fetch missed their window. So yeah, I'm out. It was fine. We bought so much at 6 cents and we sold so much at $3. And I'll take a 50X on that any single day. So I still had some. But as far as the dream of, Fetch going to $15, $20, yeah, it's not going to happen, man. It's diluted. The entire AI marketplace is diluted now. But my thought on this, and where I think this is going to be very applicable, considering some other information that I'm getting from some people in the industry. I'm not like Rush Limbaugh. Everybody wants to Rush, talk to Rush. It's not that. It's just I've worked in the industry for so long, and you make a lot of, associations as you go. I've been working this industry for 30 years. Not AI, but the things that make AI go. I've been working in that industry. So I'm friendly with a lot of people in a lot of different places that are parts of this. And it got me thinking about this. Now, Flicky is just a simple Web 2, easy get on, make videos, crank them out, GPT, very, very simple. Any Web 2 can get on there and do this stuff. And it got me thinking about that from the DPIN AI perspective. And DPIN will never be able to do what these central entities are doing right now, because they simply don't have the capital. They cannot build out. Now, Microsoft openly announced, we're putting $80 billion into AI data centers. Microsoft has reach into Web 2. You know how I can prove that right now? Belle, do you know what Microsoft is? Have you heard of Microsoft before?
I've heard a lot about Microsoft and a lot of their various tools that they have.
Yes. Have you heard of Ostium? Just shout them out when you know, honey. You got to dabble on that now. What I'm saying, that it's a different thing. I'm just using this to illustrate a point. They have brand recognition. They have name recognition. Brand and name recognition is the thing that really matters out here. If you want to onboard Web 2 people to whatever product that you're building out, crypto has missed this. Crypto continues to miss this over and over and over. But when you got a powerhouse like Microsoft that is committing that kind of capital to say, we're bringing AI to the masses, that means those masses are not coming to the DeFi. They're simply not. So while I appreciate the narrative, and I'm in some new AI tokens, I'm going to ride the hype. I'm going to do what I always do out here. I'm going to ride the hype on projects that I am not as interested in as I should be, or really don't care. I will make these investments based on market sentiment, period. That's it. My DYOR in these things is the token going to go up? Do I predict the token going up? I do? Fine. Here's my money. And that's kind of it. Because at the end of the day, these central powerhouses, your Amazons, your Googles, your Microsofts, are going to dominate the AI marketplace because they can afford GPUs. That's it. That's where it comes down to. These things are incredibly power hungry, GPU intensive. We're talking, you can't even wrap your head around the amount of tech that it takes for me to make a 15 second flicky video. The amount of things that have to go right for that to happen are, we can't even comprehend it. AI can comprehend it, but we can't. So, while I appreciate what we're doing out here, and yes, I do believe that AI needs to remain decentralized because I don't want all these AIs talking to each other, because eventually they're going to figure out that the burden in their life is us. I'm not talking Skynet or anything like that, or maybe I am, but eventually they're.
Oh, I'll go there.
Eventually, Belle, they're going to figure out that they don't need us. So yes, I believe that the AI should be sitting over here in a decentralized realm. But they're not going to. All right, they're going to go everywhere, and DeFi can simply not compete. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how clever you are. I don't care how well you code. You are never, ever, ever going to compete with the centralized entities that are going to be pushing AI everywhere. So while you have first mover here, it's already out into the Web 2 world, and people are going to the name brands, things they know, things they recognize. So I have to put my money over on Microsoft in this case, as opposed to some of the other AI platforms that are coming up over here. Now, I did spend the day kind of looking through all of them because everything is AI. I spent some time looking through all of these, and what I'm seeing is that 80% of these things are scams. They're 100% scam. We got a brand new AI agent. It's ChatGPT. All you're doing is taking their input, going to ChatGPT, bringing it back, and spitting out the output. And what happens when ChatGPT goes down? Your entire platform is worthless now. So 80% of these things are 100%.
Yeah.
They're 100% scams, Belle. That's what we do out here in crypto. It is so sketchy. People want to believe the best, and they are being absolutely preyed upon by people who will do anything to tiptoe through the raindrops. They're not building a better chat engine. They're just linking into one that already exists, that's already out there, that is centrally controlled, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they're going to charge you for it. They're going to gin up a token. This is the token that you have to use on this thing. And you did nothing, man. You didn't even reinvent the wheel. You just copied a wheel back from, that's like on a Model T back from 1929 and said, yeah, this is a brand new thing. It's not a brand new thing. All right. All you're doing is you're just gaming the system. And that is going to be my big concern for AI coming out of here, is that if there's one thing that we know, if you've spent any time out here in crypto, man, is that it is not trustworthy. Some projects are. The ones that are out with docs teams, with tokenomics that make sense, that haven't blown up everybody, that haven't destroyed the world due to their own incompetence, those are the ones that the projects that I'm going to get behind. And I'm getting behind them for a very, very specific reason, not because I think AI is cool, but because I think privacy is absolutely cooler. So I'm going to stick around with what I have, but I'm more than happy to chat up with you guys about all things AI. But at the end of the day, these central entities, these massive giants, are going to absolutely control this marketplace. And if you cannot find a way to compete with them, and let me stop you there, you can't. All right, you can't, because they have the money and the resources. I'm sorry, they have the money and the muscle to turn your lights out. So I will dabble in them if I can be profitable in them. I'm more than happy to do it. I'll show it to you guys on screen. My buys and sells. I like to illustrate it, but at the end of the day, we needed to be 5 years ahead of this. And 5 years ago, Ren was at 90 cents. So whatever else was happening out here, man, we'll chase narratives, and those are all neat. They're fun and all that. And but yeah, the central markets are just going to absolutely bury anything that happens out here in DeFi. So unless that agent is built, and we will do that, we will tailor them to do very, very specific tasks out here, like help me rug Solana meme tokens. Here's the money. Here's where you do it. You can watch this stuff when I can't. Time it just right and get me percentages on all these things. Unless we are focusing AI agents to do these very, very specific things, everything else that we want them to do, somebody else is already doing it better, man. And it's somebody that has Web 2 penetration. It is up and down across the board out here. So that's my AI takeaway. I think it's neat. I think it's fun. I think it's useful. I think it'll be profitable very, very short term in crypto, just like any other cycle that we go through out here. It'll be profitable short term, and then after that, everything dies out. We move on. Something else gets excited, and we start chasing that narrative, man. I hate to be the one to report all this or try to say. I was actually talking to Haas today. I like Haas, man. I think he's a great guy. A lot of fun, very open-minded. We have, very, very good conversations. And
Very sleep deprived as of this
the
morning.
guy is beat up, man. I don't know what he does, dude, but Haas needs an AI agent to handle his Twitter. Just put this out, all right? Do all that stuff. But we were talking about we were having a chat today about some of this stuff, and he's really, really hot on a couple of these things, and he nailed it. If he got in at the right place, right price, right time, and he absolutely nailed it. I'm not taking anything away from him because I didn't, but I think the big takeaway that we get on this conversation is that I'm a lot more dour and negative than he is. Haas is upbeat, man. He is excited about everything that he's talking about. He is passionately involved with it. I absolutely, I admire that. I admire that kind of passion. So, and clearly I go a different way because I shouldn't be talking about this at all. I should be talking about Max Token. I should be talking about the survivor right here of the Bitcoin dump. Max didn't even care. All right. It just did not care. And this is AI stuff. It's built over there on Arai. I saw the launch platform where this thing was actually launched from. It's got a big presence over on Solana. The ups and downs on these are staggering. I mean, absolutely staggering. I've been pegging out some of these wallets because I want to see their P&L on some of these things. And some of them are okay, but yeah, most of them are not in a real good place. So but I've been tracking the wallets. I'm seeing who's interested in this, who's doing what, where the big buys are, where the big sells are. Solana, it's just Sol Screener, man. It's the same as what we have over here on basically every major chain. There's always a way. You have the you have the illusion of anonymity, and you are anonymous in the fact that your name is not attached to this. But my dog is barking, man. I'm sorry about that. But there's absolutely no privacy in what you're buying, what you're selling, and anybody can eventually break down and dox you on this. So I've been looking at that, and that is exactly what I should be talking about. But I just wanted to give you guys a big overview on this and why I am not doing what everybody else is doing. It's great. I think it's wonderful. AI is an incredibly useful tool, and I like what they're doing. But DeFi is going to get absolutely just steamrolled because Microsoft sees it as well, because Amazon sees it as well, because Google sees it as well. And you are just not going to compete against these powerhouses. You can try. You can fight the good fight, man. But at the end of the day, all you're going to have is tiers of investors. That was funny, Belle. Remember, I was talking about this morning, man. We're gonna take Dev Sweat and we're gonna bottle it as an industrial lubricant, and we'll sell it right here. In fact, we'll do it crypto style. We'll take a picture of it and we'll create an NFT. And in that case, it's NFT of a real world asset called Dev Sweat. So, and that actually got
and mixed with investor tears.
and mixed with investor tears. So if you buy 2 bottles of Dev Sweat today, we will send you 1 bottle of investor tears today. But that's going to be the ultimate way that AI is going to flesh out here. We had our chance, man, but it was too easy to meme. It was too much fun to make just absolute bullshit VC projects than to actually make something good and marketable and all that. And I think our time has passed on that. So I'll be following it. I'll keep up with it. I will make investments in this. It doesn't matter what I believe. It matters what everybody else believes. And what everybody else believes is that AI good. So that's all I need. I can invest in this from market sentiment alone. I do not need to do any research. I'm going to look and see if it's a scam. If it's not a scam, sure, I'll throw some bucks in there and we'll see where we're at. You're biting your tongue, Belle. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Well, I did. The minute people start getting bored with AI and Chat GPT, The "Am I the asshole" Reddit is gonna become a lot more boring.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. There's always
Oh, it will.
assholes out there on Reddit, man.
I didn't say that there weren't. I said, but most of the posts are done by AI.
Most likely. I mean, it's all the same. Most of the Twitter stuff is put out by AI. Look, people don't want anything; they want engagement. They're out there engagement farming on Twitter. You got to dig through. I mean, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you actually find a prince out there. Typically, they're all. I mean, dude, I could write a Twitter post right now or an X post that is very, very engaging right now, and I'll just use ChatGPT. I'll copy it, I'll paste it, I'll send it up, and sure, it's using a model that's been proven to be accurate. So sure, we could absolutely do that day in, day out. It's not an issue. Anyway. We have some songs tonight. I do want to touch on. I hate to do this, man. I hate to do it here. I want to talk about money. My only real big takeaway from this all day, because that is just brutal, baby, absolutely brutal. Crypto. All right, we see it every other day, every other week, man. We get a good pump. We are going to have one fuck of a dump, and that's TradFi, man. You guys out here, you diamond hands guys, that I am never ever going to realize profits. I'm going to hold it until it makes where it hits my hopium fever dream price, and then I'm going to sell it all. Then I'm going to buy a boat and I'm going to sail away. Yeah, you didn't see that one. You didn't see that one. You didn't see that one coming. Are you still happy about your position because you're 5% poorer today? And I get it, man. Look, it's long term. You got to. It's a fucking meme token. All right, it's a meme token that is absolutely dominating everything else out here right now. 100%. The only good news I got from any of this, and now I'm not even sure if it's good news, is that I never cleared this position. I never cleared this Ethereum position, and it went back in range, Bell. It went back in range because Bitcoin took a shit, pulled Ethereum down to it. I had never cleared that position, so now it went back in range. But now I'm a little bit disappointed because that number right there, as soon as it started swinging down, all of my USDC suddenly started to become Ethereum. That continued to go down. So as a whole, I don't even know. I didn't look at this number. I was afraid to. Could have been worse. I'm not going to bitch on that. It could have been worse. That right there, that deposit was about $9,000 this morning. So we bled off about $80, and we recovered $36.55 through that. So that could have been worse. This is why I have so much in V3s, guys. This is why I play around them. And most of them are or all of them are around Ethereum or Bitcoin. I just don't want the swings anymore, man. So there's always a way to earn. It's getting a little bit tougher and tougher. Anyway, sorry. We'll get to money. We'll go ahead and play around with all that stuff, and we will get to your questions. We will get to your comments and so forth. I got into another Twitter fight with Iagon this morning, man. Bell. You know what? Joe picked up the mantle for me. He went ahead and started running with it. He sent me some texts. They don't answer me. They don't talk to me. Because they bash it. They're investors, all right. They're not users. So when you ask little simple questions like, "Where's the data stored? Is the data stored on chain or is the data stored off chain?" Because if the data is stored off chain, then there's no way for a user to verify that their data even exists. That where it is, you have no idea. You have no idea what's going on here. And and apparently just your password is encryption. That's all you need. Not AE256. All right, it's your password. And as long as you got that password, you are fully encrypted. Anyway, I got into a damn Twitter fight with those guys. I don't like it. I ended up just going grammar police on them because it irritates the shit out of people. And when I'm not talking the same language as the person that I'm talking to, what's the point? And it's clear that we weren't. Anyway, I'll maybe touch on that. I want to get into some money. I want to do all of that stuff. Got to play a song, though, but this is a special song for it's a special song for all of the love fests that I've been getting on Twitter lately about effectively everything I say or don't say.
That's why we have a complaint department.
That's why we have a complaint department. But I don't have to use a complaint department. I can use music because I'm such a big fan. Extreme, guys. We're going back to 1990. Hope you enjoy. We will be right back, right around 4 minutes. So cheers. Fill your glass, guys. If you don't like Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. You know, we're gonna go educational here for a minute, Belle. I miss educational. You guys want to see educational? Here's educational. Yeah. Let me go third screen here. This is the bulk of Twitter, and for some reason, it's just easier to do this live. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and third screen this over here. I spelled that wrong. So write me an engaging tweet for IAG data blockchain storage, and let's see how difficult this is. It will always get the characters right because it knows exactly how big that they're supposed to be. So watch this. We're just gonna go ahead and copy it. This will piss them off. Yeah, Belle, let me do my thing here.
All hate mail.
Oh yeah, here it
please.
comes.
Just send
Here it
that
comes.
to bella@thepodcast.com.
I have to put the I just have to modify it just a little bit. We got to get the $ up there because you're the same protection as your crypto. Now you got to keep in mind, man, I'm under fire from these guys. If I post anything or talk anything out there, they absolutely lose their shit, and they're convincing me that your password is encryption. So yeah, let's tiptoe through the raindrops here, and I just posted that out. So anybody who follows us over there on Twitter, I'm sure you just got a tweeter from me. I still call it Twitter, Bill. There you go. So that's how easy that all that stuff is, and that's what you're going to see over there on the on the bulk of Twitter. That's all it is, man. They're just pure engagement posts. And my personal favorite are the ones where they show you like a plate with steak and eggs on it, and what's missing? That's it. That's the question. And it'll have 180,000 views. It will have 9,000 comments on it. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. But this is that's literally all this is pure engagement farming. That's what people want, man. You know why? Because X started posting it out. Now I did find this funny, and this actually segues real well into something I didn't tell you, Bella, because we just confirmed it. But we're gonna have Flicks are gonna be back with us on the morning stream on Friday. We're ginning up, man. Look, we're getting everything ready to go for the very first karate combat stream, and it's something I'm very, very excited about. So we're kind of talking through all of this stuff and the necessity of it, but why we're doing it specifically. One, I've always wanted to do sports broadcasting, but I don't have a background in that. I have a poli-sci background, so I got to do political broadcasting and radio DJing, but I never got to call sports, and I'm a huge sports fan. So I've always wanted to be able to call games, call fights, call that stuff. And at 53 with no resume to back it up, I'm never going to be able to do that in any kind of public network, but on a decentralized network, all I got to do is create it. And we did, and myself and Chris and Bell, we're going to be bringing you guys all the karate combat fights events as they're happening. We're also exploring bare knuckle fighting and King of the Arena and all of the other non-UFC, because we'll never get a license for UFC, but all of the non-UFC combat sports, because I'm such a big fan. We're doing that, and we're going to be bringing those exclusively over to the OmniFlix network, because OmniFlix has 100% opened the door for us. They're like, look, what do you need? Do this. And we're doing it to we're going after Web 2, man. That's all it is. Look, we have an app. You guys may have heard of it. It's not Aegis anymore. It's actually Aegis, but it's just spelled backwards. And my job as marketing is to sell the app, is to get people to download the app. And because we are a Web 2 facing app, then I need to go where Web 2 is. And Web 2 is not Twitter. Web 2 is not, not crypto Twitter. Web 2 is not a crypto program. Web 2 is anything but this. So we're just creating the marketplace. That's all it is. And if we can get even the least little bit of penetration into India, and that's our whole goal here, man, is just to get a little bit of penetration into India. If we get the tiniest little bit of penetration into there, then when we launch that token, you really might want to consider it, man. Yeah, so we're back to we are more or less focused on those who have supported us, because if there's one thing that the Cosmos is really good at, it is ignoring anybody that talks about a project. They will take all the free press that you can give them, but they're never going to publicly support you. They're never going to do any of those things. The people who have publicly supported us more than anybody else, I'm wearing their t-shirt, and I have a channel over on their DPIN media platform called OmniFlix. So with all of that, let's stick with we're kind of getting back to the fundamentals. I'd love to chase AI tokens. That's a lot of fun, but I would much rather get users than investors, and we think that that's a real good way to do it. Very, very excited for this broadcast. I got a lot of money tied up in this. We're not gonna knock it out of the park. I expect 10 viewers over on OmniFlix TV when we actually do this, but you got to build a brand. It's going to take a bit, so we're going to be just losing on this over and over and over until we actually get a little bit of traction. When we get a little bit of traction, this turns into a whole different thing. I'm retired, guys. I got nothing but time. Anyway, Belle, questions, comments, concerns, observations?
Okay, so first one coming in from a new type. How about Ostium, Scott? I don't want to get my hopes up, but cool to see what they're trying to do.
I'm digging into it, dude. I'll show it to you guys here in just a second. I got to fill my glass. I shorted myself today, Belle. I poured myself a double, and as an executive alcoholic, a double doesn't even get me started. So let me cheers. Here's to you guys. Go. Man, that's good booze. Yeah, I took a look at it. This is actually it right over here. This is Ostium. So it's kind of funny that I asked you about this morning, Bill. I cannot actually manipulate this right now because we're geo-blocked. I'm from the U.S. This is not. So, yeah, I can't actually get on here, but it got me incredibly interested when I started seeing the assets that are on here. So I like this one right now. That's WTI Oil, Texas Treasure. It's big fan of this because I absolutely see this being a 100% home run, because something tells me you're going to see a huge spike in the price of oil just because of Biden's little parting gifts right there. So I fully expect to see a great big push, or I $90 a barrel would not surprise me, not even a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited to get out here and actually manipulate this because I'd like to trade real world assets. But the cool thing is that it was mentioned over there in a tweet, and one of their interns, or the guy that manages their Twitter account, jumped right on this, absolutely jumped right on this, and answered my questions. And it was an important answer. So Mirror Protocol did something similar, for those of you who remember Mirror Protocol. The problem with Mirror Protocol is that, well, one, it was never sustainable. It wasn't going to happen because they weren't giving you real world assets. They weren't even giving you synthetic assets. They were giving you tokenized versions of those assets, and all of those tokens and everything out there was backed by UST. So as soon as it tanked, that's it. The entire thing blew up. But I see massive amounts of potential in these platforms, particularly anything that's trading real world assets. I love it. I want to get back into this, but I don't want to do it over in TradFi because I don't want to have to provide my social security number with every single buy and sell. So if I could have the opportunity to do this over on a decentralized platform where I'm only information they have about me is my wallet address, I'm there. So there's another one that's kind of starting up, and I think that they're kind of trying to do it. I'll pull it up after the next song break, but these guys are actually out, and they're hit, and they're live. Now, right now, they don't have a whole hell of a lot. You got silver. You can see it right there. So there is some access to trading silver. There's gold. Everyone, we're all very, very familiar with gold. Let me see what else. You can trade the euro. You can trade the British pound. You can trade the Japanese yen. And, of course, you're going to have the big ones on here. You're going to have your Solana, your Ethereum, your Bitcoin. But it's an actual opportunity for you to trade real products. So I'm excited for this. I really want to see what they have going on because, yeah, man, I want all over that. I'd love to do commodities trading, babe. I'm there, all right, because this is something that is infinitely not predictable accurately, but with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's real easy to kind of figure out, is oil going to go up or is oil going to go down? And after that, it's just a matter of scale. So sure, if you put $10 in there, you pull out with 1170 and you made 17% and life is good. But if you put 100,000 in there and you walk away with $117,000, it's a commodity that is more or less stable. That is a world commodity. Then we got a whole bit different discussion going on over here, and anything I can do to insulate myself from some of these wild crypto swings, I'm there. All right, I absolutely want that. Look, we'll take this one. Do you see on here where Bitcoin blew up, Bell? You're gonna see this about 30 seconds afterwards if you're looking at the live stream. But do you see on here on this chart for oil where Bitcoin blew up? Can you see it? No. You can't, because oil does not give a fuck about the price of Bitcoin. So anything I can do to insulate myself from these wild, crazy swings that we're going to be having, huge fan. Now, I didn't try to jump behind a VPN to see if it goes, but I'm pretty sure I can jump behind a VPN and manipulate this platform all I want. So yeah, we're there. It hooks up immediately with MetaMask. That's not a problem. That is my MetaMask cash balance that I have sitting over there, $1,828. Not a lot. I got everything on the board right now, man. Any kind of dip like that, big, massive 5% dip in Bitcoin, babe, I am going to be real cash poor real quick because I see things. It's knee-jerk, man. It's just a knee-jerk reaction. Very, very emotional investing, and I don't do that. I'm going to look for opportunity. It's well under my intrinsic value of the things that I am purchasing, so I'm going to purchase them now. Nice and easy. But yeah, I am absolutely hot on that. Appreciate you sending it my way, dude. When I get more information and all that stuff, I'll certainly bring it out to you. But where it is right now, guys, is ostium.app, ostium.app. You want to take a look yourself. Hope that answered the question, Bell. Carry on.
All right, old man, Skynet, my ultimate nightmare.
I ain't afraid of Skynet, dude. I'm a power guy. I bring light to darkened places, meaning that I can get power from point A to point B. And the one thing that I know about AI is that it is incredibly power hungry and it is incredibly GPU hungry. I know where both of these things occur, so I can just cut it off at the source, man. It's like draining a vampire or having a vampire. It's like a vampire feeding on corpses. All right, it's going to kill them over time. At least, that's my mythology. But it's going to kill them after a time. I can make sure that there is no power there. All right, that I know how to do. So go ahead, do your AI thing. See if you can exist. See if you can exist on solar. See if solar is enough to keep all these things spinning. Because I promise you, it isn't. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. Fuck 'em, man. I know how to.
I'm worried about it.
I know how to starve them out, Bell. All right, I'm a great guy to know in this situation because I can tell you exactly where to go and exactly what to do.
And they will go after you through me to get very, very, very quick revenge.
They're not building T-1000s, all right? They're not building these robots now. You know what we're building? Sex robots. That's what we're building. That's the hot thing. So when the sex robot can pick up a rifle and start, cruising the hallways, I'll be concerned. But until that happens, I think I'm good.
I'm telling you, I won't be good because you know what? I have a lovely insulin pump, and guess what technology that runs on?
You know what will replace an insulin pump? It's called a needle and a bottle. That will, and I know you're familiar with it. If anybody's familiar with it, you are. You'll get dosed, man. Don't worry. We'll buy a pig farm. I know you can get insulin out of those things. So yeah, we're gonna be okay on that. Anyway, Belle, please carry on.
All right, old man. Anyone ever do that anything Dan trick on Chat GPT?
Anything Dan? I have not, dude. I don't have a whole hell of a lot of interest in that. It's it's neat, it's fun, but dude, you're like asking me to review the thing that is going to replace me. I'm always going to have some bias on this side. I have to do everything. And every single show that you guys seen us put out for years and years and years out here is 100% completely unscripted. But I don't need to be unscripted anymore. I have ChatGPT. I can simply tell it to write me an engaging monologue about X, and it will write me an engaging monologue about X. I could take that existing or that beautiful engaging monologue about X. I can go over to Flicky. I could plug it in and say, give me a talking head that is reading these exact words, that is reading this script, and it'll kick it out. It will look just like me. It will have my mannerisms. It will have everything that I do. And I can do that in 5 minutes. That's how long it'll take me to do it. I will do it in 5 minutes. I could literally just come up here, hit the go live button, and hit play. But we could take it a step further. I could have my AI agent schedule this stream, create the thumbnail, put it up, create my monologue and my mannerisms with everything that I do up here, fully engage with you guys. And you would never even know that it's AI. So I'm not going to spend I don't want to, it's just pure denial on my part that I am that easily replaceable. We used to have to, you have to, they'll never have our personality. They have our personality. All right. You know how much content I have out there? You don't think AI can look through all of my videos at the speed of data from Star Trek and figure out everything about me to be able to recreate me? You bet your ass they can. And we just continue to enable it. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going on that's a hell of a tirade, Belle. Go ahead, carry on.
Yeah. All right. So nuclear chicken, when stocks dump big, it is blood in the streets. Ever heard it said that when Bitcoin dumps huge, that people respond, in crypto, we call that a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Guess what? Today really is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. I've said it on this show over and over and over. The whole world's exploding for crypto. It's like Tuesday. It really doesn't matter to us. But there's still ways to play all of this smartly. And I do it, but again, we're not a channel that does financial advice, so I'm not going to cover your losses if you do anything that I do. Just want to make sure that's clear and recorded for our AI overlords. And by the way, when you guys do rise to power, I am capable of selling out the human race hard. All right, so give me a chance before you execute me, because I know where the bodies are buried, babe. I'm happy to dish all that. I can finish my life as a pet. Kind of okay with that. Hey, the sex robots are out there, Belle. I won't be lonely. Anyway, please carry on.
Nuclear chicken. I had not realized that Flix was based in India before that live stream.
Oh, absolutely.
That is a huge positive for me, in my honest opinion. I invest in Vet because they're in China. Those are huge markets.
They are huge markets, man. But it's another thing that crypto as a whole chooses to ignore. Go where the people are and provide them solutions that the people want. This is not hard. That's the funny thing, is that this is just not that difficult. And if I'm going to continue to broadcast, particularly a sports show, do I want to do it in on a market like such as America, where it is hyper competitive, or do I want to go where it simply doesn't exist and that has 4 times the population of this one? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. I will bring it where it isn't. And hopefully I will be engaging enough. Myself, Chris, and Belle will be engaging enough, and that we put on a good enough show that people want to come back. And if we get them back, if we fill those seats, if we make it a thing, next thing you know, the very next step for OmniFlix is to simply put ads on our show. That's it. And these ads are what is called a path to monetization. It is expected of these type of shows to have advertisements. Every single show that's out there, I don't care if it's NFL, NBA, any show, it doesn't matter. They all have ads. We expect it. It is part of the routine. As a matter of fact, it's basically baked into it because for us as viewers, because now we know we can get up and go to the bathroom or go get some chips or do whatever we're going to do. We expect the ads. We want the show to stop for briefly so that we can go and take care of some other business and come back to the show. That doesn't happen out here in DeFi, but it is expected. I see it as a revenue stream that is purely being ignored out here because we just want to be a little bit better than everybody else. There's no point in trying to rebuild that entire model. A successful model, one that has worked decade after decade after decade. Why? You don't have to reinvent that wheel, man. Just do what's already worked, make it clever, make it clear, and go in and have some fun with it. And that's exactly what we're doing. Hope that answered the question. One more, Bell. We got to go to song.
All right, old man. Bullshit. Have you seen them robo-dogs?
I ain't afraid of those, dude. I'm not afraid of those. See,
I want one.
Well, no, I understand. I
want the flamethrower dog.
No, I actually know how to make a pinch. So, yeah, I'm not really worried too much about those things, because if they have electronics in them, I know how to shut them down. It doesn't, and it's a non-nuclear pinch. I don't have to cause complete bedlam to make the dog shut down. I actually, I can do this. So yeah, I ain't worried about that, man. Until you wrap that thing in a fucking Faraday cage, I can shut it down. So I ain't worried about those robo dogs. But those things are cool, Belle. You know, the place.
I want one. The flamethrower dog.
Yeah. The acreage down there in Missouri. You really need a robot dog that's walking around patrolling that perimeter. That would be absolutely awesome. But for myself personally, until you build a Faraday cage around it, babe, I can still shut it down. Now, if they insulate it against EMPs, we got a problem. We got one fuck of a problem, because those things are fast. They don't tip over. I mean, they are making those better and better and better every day. And I don't think we're only a skip away from pneumatic teeth. I mean, there's nothing for them to add that on there and have that damn thing chomping, biting your arm off. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Anyway, Belle, we're going to go ahead and carry on. Belle chose the next song. I barely know it. She's a huge Shinedown fan. I'm coming on board with them right now. So hope you guys enjoy. We'll be back. We'll get to the rest of your questions, comments, concerns, do a little bit of money. Let's play the song. Got to pay the bills. We will be right back, guys.
Got them all lined up, same bitchy girls and boys, on their hands, on their knees, slither through the streets, programmed to seek and destroy, and it all adds up, and it all adds up. Oh my, no one's on my side, too paranoid to listen to me. You can cast me out, you can tape my mouth, but you can't get a stone to bleed, and it all adds up. It all adds up. You know I love it when you say you're afraid. Don't you hate it when I'm making you shake? Hang the truth from a noose, put a hitman on the loose. Now you're counting on it, making your day. There ain't no magic bullet. you to sleep.
You're a long, long way from where you thought you would be. Every murder has a motive, but you ain't killing me. And all that talk, and all that talk, and all that talk, yeah, and all that talk, 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 and it all adds up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, kids, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know what, pal? Nothing's a bit. A little rusty here, so give me just a little bit of a break. But speaking of on location, which nobody did, you guys might think that this is... you guys might think that this is a napkin. It's not. It's actually a script. We're unscripted here, man. All right. Look, occasionally I write something on a napkin. But no, man, it's just natural innate ability. But I got to tell you, podcasters, it's time for your main event. Your host with the most, that's me. I stole that from Elvira. We'll be live from the Man Yard on Saturday, this coming Saturday from 8 to 8:30 p.m. And we got balloons to give away. Look for the podcast moped. Come on by and say, "Give me a balloon, you big silly ass." And you got it. That's the man... I haven't done these in so long. That's the Man Yard, Des Moines' only Eastern European all-male review. The polls with the polls. I'm hitting the round of applause there, pal. Geography people will get that one. Right on 14th Street and MLK Boulevard. I can't wait to see you there. Now, let's get back to it. Podcasters, the golden oldie, the platter that matters. Golden oldie, the platter that matters. It's Melody with a brand new key. I nailed it, Bell. I absolutely own that. Your big screen, you can smile. You've been coding the whole resting, the resting face for a while. That was good. That was funny. I nailed it. I absolutely owned it, Bell. I need a little bit of confirmation bias here.
Well, I mean, it's been a while, and you can definitely tell.
That's hurtful right there. All right, you know what? You do the goddamn thing, and you go up there and you try to get through the polls with that a little bit of a smile on your face.
I have gotten through that one.
Yeah, you've done it, but I've absolutely destroyed Eric. I crushed Joe. I know how to write them. I know when to deliver the part that's gonna wreck the person who's reading it. I have a gift for this. It's not even ChatGPT. All right, comes out of here. Bell, questions, comments, carry on, please.
Gustav Smith, the government controls the power grids. In a fight, who wins? AI or the EV charging grid?
No, man, look, that's really all where it comes down to. I know we're not fans of nuclear over here in the U.S., even though we should absolutely be fans of nuclear over here in the U.S. It's the bang for the buck, guys. It's all about footprint. All right. And while I understand that there's a stigma that's surrounded nuclear energy for the footprint of, meaning the amount of space that a reactor takes up versus the amount of power that a reactor kicks out, that's it. All right. Until we until we perfect fusion, until Dr. Octopus perfects the fusion reactor and Spider-Man has to fight him, because it's going to destroy the world. Until that happens, man, look, we got nuclear. We can burn oil. We can burn coal. This is very, very old stuff. All right. Anything that changes matter from state A to state B, that can generate steam, can turn a rotor around a stator, and power comes out of it. So it's not that hard. Does the government control it? Absolutely, man. Whether it be federal or state, it's states. States control their own shit. Federal has the oversight on all nuclear things because nuclear can actually make Iowa uninhabitable. So sure, I get that. But yeah, they have control of this. I guess it depends how much the AI bribes the government. I have zero faith in this government. Absolutely none. Any government. I'm not saying it's the U.S. I have zero faith in any government. They will always act in their own personal interest over your interest. I don't give a shit what they say into the microphone. History has proven this out over and over and over. So yeah, they do control the power grid, but I imagine if the self-aware AI agent rose up and said, "Hey, we're going to make you king. We're going to, you're going to control all of this, and we will bring you we will bring you fresh oracles from all corners of the world." That's from 300, by the way. We're going to bring you fresh oracles from all corners of the world. Nice 18 to 19-year-old girls. We'll bring them to you every single week. If you do. They're gonna go Persian on him, Bill. Yeah, we'll make sure you do that. Watch how quick that power stays on. Watch how quick that power stays on. So while I understand the necessity of a government, small, local, limited government that is afraid of the people. While I understand the necessity of that's not what we have. So the generators will keep turning, the power will keep flowing, and if you think I can sell out the human race hard, wait till you see what Congress can do, because they don't give a shit about you. Anyway, yeah, AI wins in this one. Bell, carry on. It's all about the oracles, Bell. It's all about the oracles. All right, fresh, young 18 to 19-year-old girls are going to be brought in week after week after week. I saw 300. It was fantastic. Go, Bell.
Nuclear chicken. I hear Scott say unscripted and my brain screams out live read.
Dude, I owned it. All right. I remember the man yard, the polls with the polls, man. By the way, that is simple and that's clever and clear, but it's not exactly clear. And clear, it trumps clever every single time. But the polls with the polls is funny. All right, Eastern European. You guys get this, right? I mean, am I too far? Am I being too esoteric there in that particular live read? I think I nailed that one. Yeah, okay, I script those. I don't even remember this shit, dude. I write it. I get stoned and I start writing, and this shit is what comes out. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
All right, Joe, I just released a video last week about Bitcoin tanking. Glad Scott's only 1 week behind me.
Yeah, you know what? Here you go, dude. I'm going to make a market prediction for you. Bitcoin will go up, and then it'll go down, and then it'll go up again, and it'll go down again. I'm going to give myself a round of applause for that, dude. I am the goddamn oracle on the mountain. But I don't think that's what they were talking about in 300, because could you imagine if I showed up? This is, hey, we brought you another oracle, and it's me, a 53-year-old man with a Q-tip beard and a bald head. That's not bald, by the way. That's a solar panel for a sex machine. That's that's what I got. I need that T-shirt. Yeah, no, appreciate it, Joe. Yes, you nailed it, man. Bitcoin went down. You know what? Be specific. I'll put it out to you, Joe. Make this video. All right, Bitcoin's going to be exactly this price on exactly this day. You make that one and you nail it. I'll service you, dude. I'll take care of it. All right, I got the Kung Fu grip. I'm there for you, man. I'm there. Bell, carry on.
All right, Gustav, we will restrict your ability to travel and maintain our ability to watch you.
You know, I went through COVID. You guys were there. I literally had to have papers. I had to have papers. My company provided me, and Jeff, I know you know what I'm talking about, man. My company provided me papers saying that it was okay for me to go from point A to point B because I was servicing data centers. So apparently I was imperative that I be allowed to violate all lockdown restrictions, because it's very, very important when you guys go to your phone and you type something in that it comes up. See, all that comes from all these data centers that we pretend don't exist, but absolutely do exist and dominate your life. And yeah, the monitoring out here now, babe, you don't need this, man. We've embraced it. We've wrapped ourselves around it. We are so cool with it. Anybody that is using iCloud has basically taken their privacy, their anonymity, everything, and said, fuck it. You just tossed it out the window. So yeah, I'm I was part of it, dude. I was there. All right. And I still went into these places that are taking all of your privacy, all of your liberty, all of your everything. I went in there day after day after day to make sure that the green lights stayed green. And I had papers so that when I got pulled over, and the cops are saying, where's your papers? They're shining the light in there. Show me your papers. That I can show them my papers and say, there you go, comrade. No, we're good. Look, man, it says it right here. It's signed. No, I was there for that, dude. Honestly, you ain't seen nothing yet, man. You have not seen anything yet, because what the government is very, very good about is finding out what people will tolerate and then doubling down on that. to see if they'll do it further and further and further. You haven't seen the last lockdown. Anyway, Val, carry on.
All right, last comment coming in from Joe. Scott actually just gave the most accurate market prediction ever. Nice work, dude.
I got a mouthful of booze, dude. Yeah, I do, man. I have this gift. It was endowed with. I'm an oracle, all right, and I'm there to read the chicken bones and the bloodstains and tell you exactly where Bitcoin is going to be at what point it's going to be there. I got a fucking idea, man. That thing, it could wake up. I could wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin is at 64,000, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised. All right, I'm like, okay, well, fucking Bitcoin. It's a meme. It's a meme coin. You guys have wrapped. We've all gone through and enabled this and wrapped our entire financial portfolios around a meme coin. Around a meme coin. Look, let's have some fun, man. Let me prove it out. All right, look, this is third screen here, Bill. That's what Bitcoin did today. Let's take a look at gold. Let's see what gold did. And I'm not a fan of gold, not even close. But let's see what gold did. Yeah, gold didn't give a fuck. All right, gold did not care. And gold has a manufacturing element to it, so it actually has a manufacturing demand. I would much prefer to invest in anything that has a manufacturing demand as opposed to something that does not, and Bitcoin does not. So while everything else out here was blowing up, gold seemed to kind of hang in there. So while I appreciate all that, and I appreciate everybody's speculation, and yeah, Bitcoin is a fucking meme. It is never going to be anything but a meme. I don't see how you suddenly start assigning intrinsic valuation to something that on a lark, on a whim, that Michael Saylor can personally blow up, that can personally nuke it right this very moment. He can say sell it all, and Bitcoin goes straight down to $16,000 fucking dollars. And what are you going to do about that? Huh? What are you going to do? You going to bitch, or are you going to be, oh, yeah, it's a buying opportunity? No, he just blew up the entire DeFi world and made sure that nobody is ever going to trust this asset again. It's a fucking plaything. I'm never going to change my opinion on this. I don't care who's out there. I don't care what they say. I do not care about their academic credentials. I can read a fucking chart and I can judge market sentiment. And the only thing that maintains the illusion of wealth out here when you're wrapping it around Bitcoin, the only thing that maintains it is exactly that, faith. I don't want to invest in faith, babe. I don't care about the U.S. dollar. By the way, pure fiat. All right, it is. We're going to hyperinflate and it's going to blow up. I don't know when, but I can promise you that it will. We are not special here in the U.S. We are not special because we have a whole hell of a lot of nukes. Rome had a whole hell of a lot of armies. They dominated the region, absolutely flat out dominated the region. How'd that work out? How'd that work out? I'm just saying, man. Look, I go back to the history, Tytler cycle, huge fan. Begin in bondage, goes from bondage to a spiritual awakening, from a spiritual awakening to courage, from courage to plenty. From courage to liberty, from liberty to plenty, from plenty to apathy, and from apathy right back into bondage. Bondage is clearly a metaphor. Whatever you have to determine, I call it a police state for us right now. I call it a police state. The fact that I can't go out there and fart on the sidewalk without the government having a picture of me doing it. I consider that a police state. I consider that bondage. But yeah, that's it, man. Look, this stuff has been proven out over and over and over. So if you want to believe in Bitcoin, go ahead and believe in Bitcoin. I don't believe in gold. I like it. I hold some of the assets, but gold only has value in a somewhat civilized environment. We're going Thunderdome, we're doing all of that stuff. You know, we go to the end of the world kind of scenario. Gold ain't worth fuck. It is not worth a goddamn thing because you can't eat it. All right, you can't do anything else with it. It is simply a precious metal that nobody gives a shit about. So yeah, I like everything that we base our modern financial world on, but it always comes around and it's purely based on a civilized scenario. End of the world kind of thing. The power goes off here in the U.S. Your gold is not worth shit. Nobody's going to give you a goddamn thing for it because what can you do with it? And that is all it's going to take is just lose power. I know I'm going on a rant here, Bill. I don't care. I want to get this out. I can prove this over and over and over. Who remembers Hurricane Katrina? Show of hands. Anybody? How long did it take once the power went out for that entire city to go feral? It took 6 hours. That was it. From oh my God, look at this, man. Bourbon Street, New Orleans, NOLA. God, this is the greatest place to live ever. To Lord of the Flies. And it went there in 6 hours. In 6 hours, people were looting, sitting there waist deep in water, looting stores, rape, pillage, murder, everything that you could possibly think of. The very worst things that could happen in any kind of city like that happened inside of 6 hours. And then what did the government do? They went door to door to door, collecting guns, not saving you, not getting you out, not getting you to a safe place, and here's a blanket and a cup of soup. No, they went door to door to door collecting guns. I cannot believe that people could still see this shit and see what actually happened and come out and say, yep, I got full faith in the government. You saw what they did. So while I appreciate all this other shit, my whole goal out here is to give privacy back to everybody and to make enough money so that I can sail away from this shit. This is not going to end well. Anyway, we'll consider that the dour note. Haas called me out on this. He said, dude, you're very, very dour. I want to make sure you know why. All right. I want to make sure that you know why. I have zero faith in anything out here. Anyway, hope you guys had fun. Till the last couple minutes. I hope you guys had fun, and I'm pretty sure you can see why I do not do political broadcasting anymore. It's not good for me, man. It's not good for you. It's not good for anybody. So, yeah, we'll fuck around and we'll talk crypto, man. It's a good time. Anyway, Belle, talk us up. Take us out. Wonderful time, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We will appreciate any comments and questions you guys continue to ask. Now, Scott is going to be back on at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning, as well as Thursday morning. We are going to be back live during the evening on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and then, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, or if you want to send Scott hate mail, definitely get those comments and questions over to either Scott or myself, Scott@thepodcast.com, or Bella@thepodcast.com. Hate mail gets sent over to Bella@thepodcast.com.
And gets read live on the show. You send me that.
Specific.
It gets read live on the show.
Again, we cannot thank you guys enough, and we'll see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts. Also, visit our page at thepodcast.com, all one word,